right, cool. Good morning, everybody. Take your favorite beverage and a toast to you fellow artists up in the morning. My computer is booted on, but still in sleep mode. So anyway, okay, so today I'm going to be talking about respectful attention, meaning how to get people's attention at work, but respectfully, in a way that will not cause friction or strife. Delayed gratification, and then an update about this channel, and then I'll end with what do you do if there's zero opportunity to work at a studio, but you still want to be an animator. First, let me just change. It's black and white for me, so I can't tell. I guess I'll go to pop. I hope this isn't obnoxious, because I'm in a room with an orange light. Anyway, let me know. Let me know what filter you guys like. Let's see, let me minimize this. It won't minimize. Oh my gosh. This is actually, well, I've done tests going live, but this is the first time I've gone live. Oh, I guess I pressed the same button. I feel like a grandpa. Press, there we go, cool, all right. So, so yesterday I was animating at the studio that I'm newly working at, and I needed some information, and I needed it very quickly. So what I did was I wrote out priority in like capital text before I wrote my message. Then I tagged my producer, and I tagged my my lead, and the tech person that I was that I've been communicating with, and it worked really well because literally seconds later I started getting messages back with information to help me continue working and to fix the problem that I had. And of course the first person to respond was the producer, because hearing the word priority to a producer is like, oh, we got to get on this. Let's go. And I was thinking about this, and I realized, like, this is totally something I wouldn't have done a while ago, because I felt like it would be rude and disrespectful, which it can be if every message you write is priority. Then it'll be like the boy that cried wolf, and no one's going to pay attention to you. But if you're honest and it literally is a priority, and you need that information to do your work, then that's totally fine to put that. I even put the little siren emojis around the, which is a bit much, but I thought it was funny. So yeah, that's a good thing. Sorry, I'm just getting over a cold. Okay, so that's something you could do to get people's attention quickly at work, and respectfully without annoying people. All right. Second is delayed gratification. I was listening to a lot of books about, productivity and stuff like that. And it was basically talking about, like, if you have a bad habit that you're having a really hard time kicking, if there's a behavior that you would like to do, but you're not doing, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't do it. A good thing to do is associate the thing that you want to do with pleasure, and the thing that you want to stop doing with, pain or disgust or just anything that you just really do not like. Just mentally associate with that. And I was thinking about delayed gratification and the problem with like yes, if I do this behavior now, 10 years down the road, things are going to be awesome. It's going to turn out great. Like I'll have a job that I'm really happy with, or I'll have the information I need to do things I've always wanted to. But in the moment, you don't get to feel any of that. So there's no literal pleasure in the moment. It's like oftentimes takes hard work to be able to do delayed gratification. So you're sitting there, and the thing that is way more fun and would give you immediate enjoyment and happiness is so tempting. So I've heard that some people have used this trick where they have a rubber band around their wrist, and they snap it every time they have a negative thought about themselves, or whenever they have a habit they want to stop. And I was like, maybe I should do that, because in the cases of intellectually, I know it's all right, down the road, this is going to be good behavior to do. But right now, this sucks. So, but if you feel tempted or you're doing something you know you shouldn't, then you could give that thing with the immediate pleasure the opposite feeling, which is pain, and then snap your wrist. So I was thinking about that. I was like, that might help. So I was thinking about that, and I ordered rubber bands on Amazon, and just by thinking about that, I started doing things just the thought triggered the reaction to do positive things. For instance, I got up early today. I went to bed at a reasonable time yesterday, which are things that I would snap my wrist for, because obviously I want to stay up late, because when we stay up late, there's movies, fun stuff happens at night, and then waking up in the morning and you're groggy is not fun at all. So just by thinking about oh yeah, I'm going to do this thing where I snap my wrist, even the thought of it changed my behavior, which maybe I don't even need the rubber bands. Maybe, I don't know. I'll let you know. And there's a side thing about that where I figured that's probably not a good thing to do for everyone. So this is not a suggestion. I'm not suggesting you to do the rubber band thing. I'm probably more suggesting use your thoughts and think of use your thoughts to be this is not good and this is terrible, when your impulse is wanting to do the opposite. And then anyway, if you could do that without literally causing yourself discomfort, then just mentally doing it, then not mentally. Anyway, you know what I mean. This is what's terrible about being live. Anyway, so that was huge for me, and then I've always known about delayed gratification and how important it is, but I never actually do it. So, moving on to the next topic, which is channel update. So in my last video, it was all wobbly. By the way, hi, 261 subscribers. And thank you for watching if you do. So channel update, the last video is all wibbly wobbly, and I figured, hey, I'm gonna get one of those gimbal things that it's handheld, and it will counter rotate every time you do a little hand jiggle like this. It will prevent that from happening, and the horizon line on all axes would be, stuck, at least when it comes to rotations. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So I ordered one. It came. It worked pretty well. I had some weird problems with it, and I updated the firmware for it, and it broke immediately. And I was like, why did it break? This is so weird. And it was software for another gimbal. I'm like, why is this gimbal even recognizing another gimbal software? Anyway, so I was trying to fix it for hours, and I don't have hours So I decided to return it. So I returned it, and then I ordered a new one, and it's a much better one, and they sent it to another place. They it's like, hey, it has arrived. I'm like, oh, dope. And then they show the picture. I'm like, that's not where I live. So I had to call Amazon and be like, yeah, you sent it to the wrong place. This is not me. So there's that. So it's coming today at 10. And and another thing is this morning motivation is in front of my office, in front of my desk, because it's 20 degrees outside and I don't want to go outside. So I'm not going to do that. When it's 20 degrees, I'm not going to go outside. Maybe I'll go outside and walk when it's not 20 degrees. But that does motivate me to clean up my desk and beautify my desk and make it look like a studio or something. So not a studio, but like just make it look appealing to the eye, because right now it is not. So the plan is to continue doing daily morning motivations. I was really not happy with how shaky and how, I'm just going to roast myself in the previous episode. I wasn't happy how shaky and how I was constantly sniffing because I was cold and I was winded because I haven't been walking in forever because I was in Canada and it's too cold to go outside in Canada. So I was like the entire video. All right, so that's it for channel update. I want to talk about one last thing, which is what do you do when you want to be an animator, but there's zero opportunity to work at a studio? And that's like all the studios that you reach out to, they're like, yeah, we'll do remote. And you're like, cool, can I work remotely from the country I live in? And they're like, no. What do you do when you do that, when that happens? Well, if you still want to be an animator, but there's no studios to work at, then the final option, which might, delayed gratification down the road, be a really, really good option when it comes to autonomy and being able to do whatever you want. You will just have to upload animation content to YouTube or whatever video service. I would suggest YouTube because it's the biggest one right now. And, do like little shorts or something or whatever it is, come up with a plan, look at the market, what is missing in animation, and try to fill that emptiness. And just get on a very strict schedule. And if you have a job, which is good, if you have a job and animation is a side thing for now, which is okay. I worked at Starbucks and animation education was a side thing for me for years. And the best thing to do, what I did at Starbucks, which I didn't do this intentionally, but in hindsight, I would have done this intentionally, which is they said, what's your hours? When do you want to work at Starbucks? And I was like, oh, cool. So I'm like, I hate getting up early in the morning. So I was like, after 12 and then late into the night, I'll work then. And as you guys know, if you're following my content, it is a really, really good thing to do hard work in the morning and easy, mindless work at night. Like, that's the best thing to do. So if you have a part-time job and you can manage to donate to yourself the first hour or the first half hour of the day, if you can do that to yourself, the most productive hour, the most productive half hour to yourself to grind on what you're working on, and then in the mornings you can have, and then on the weekends you can have the first 4 hours. So yes, it's slow and it's going to be gradual in the beginning, but if you see what is missing, that's another thing. So if you're working on your own content, This is something that people don't tell artists, and it's really, really important. Um, to become a good artist, the best artists out there, like if you look at the top artists in any field, they're not just great artists, they're amazing marketers. They sell either themselves or their product amazingly. They're very, very good at this. So, um, as you're studying and learning about animation, also learn about marketing. Get books on it. There's this great book called Creating a Story Brand, I think. I'll link it in the bio. And it basically talks about how, like, if you're creating a service, you don't want to see yourself as the hero of your journey. Like, the company is not the hero of your journey. You need to kind of see yourself as the mentor figure. Like, you need to see yourself as the Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that your audience, the people you're entertaining or educating, are the heroes. So, yeah, that's a really important thing to keep in mind when you're marketing your stuff. Is like, how do I make my audience feel like the hero? And so that means, making your protagonist very relatable to the everyman or woman. Yeah, and so that's just one idea, and I think I'm gonna end it there. Um, those are a couple ideas about how to become an animator when there's no opportunity to work at a studio. So I hope this video has been. I'm just gonna end it there. We're at 17 minutes. Bye. Wait, what? How do you end this thing? This doesn't count. This is not a part of the video. Okay.